This is the Fertile Mindset podcast, where we explore all the emotional aspects of fertility to support you on your path to parenthood. My name is Sarah Holland. I'm the Fertile Mindset coach and a mother to 2 children after my own fertility challenges. I hope you find all the support and inspiration you need within this podcast to carry you forward on your fertility journey towards your own successful outcome. It's also my wish that through listening to these episodes, you rediscover how to enjoy life now and live it to the full while you wait for your baby. Now, let's begin today's episode. Hello and welcome back to the Fertile Mindset podcast. It's so lovely to have you with me again because I know that you're here, you're listening to the podcast to give yourself the support, the emotional support that you need. And today's topic is something that we all struggle with at one time or another on our fertility journeys. We're talking today about finding strength. It can feel impossible to stay feeling steady and strong during a long and challenging path to parenthood. You may think of yourself as a strong person, but fertility issues can truly test our limits. As each month passes and you're still not pregnant, I know many people ask themselves, how much more of this can I take? One of the key factors which prompts someone to reach out for one-to-one support with me or to listen to this podcast too is that feeling of wanting to give up, alongside the contrasting need to keep going. Does that sound familiar to you? It's at this point when your fertility journey can turn into a difficult uphill struggle, which takes every ounce of your strength and resilience. If you feel as if you're now running on empty and you're not sure how to keep going, then the tips I'm going to share today are for you. These tips worked for me during my own fertility journey and for the many people I've supported too. You might be feeling that nothing would help and you just can't see a way to feel stronger and more positive. However, I believe that we all, and that does include you too, we all have an inner strength and resilience that can support us through life's toughest challenges. It's just about uncovering and recognizing that strength within you and finding a way to reconnect with it so you can use it to its full potential. So let's get started rediscovering your inner strength to help support you on your fertility journey. My first tip today is to borrow some strength from others. When you're at your lowest and you're really struggling, do you have that one friend or maybe a relative or your partner who will say, "Do you know you are doing really well? You're stronger than you think and I believe in you." You probably don't believe them. You have a whole stack of evidence to prove them wrong and show them how badly you're coping. But maybe, just maybe, you could borrow a little of that self-belief and strength. You could try it on for size. Wonder what it would feel like to say, "Yes, I am coping. I can do this." For what it's worth, I believe in you. And know that you have more strength than you realise. Borrow it, take it, it's true and it's yours. My second tip is to give yourself some slack. Did you know that having fertility issues is regarded by psychologists as one of the most stressful experiences that can happen in a person's lifetime? In fact, it's thought to be as emotionally challenging as being diagnosed with a terminal illness. I know when you're facing your fertility issues more or less by yourself, without many or any others in your close circle of friends to relate to and have a benchmark for how well you're coping, it can feel like you're not doing very well at all. And then you beat yourself up for not being able to cope, and then you feel even worse, and so it continues. Well, the fact is that although you may feel like you're not coping as well as you should, and who sets those should levels anyway, you are most probably coping in a very normal and expected way given the circumstances. So cut yourself some slack. Stop beating yourself up with that big stick and say, "I accept and understand all the emotions I'm feeling around my fertility journey." You could also bring this wording into your EFT tapping rounds. Try using these words within the setup phrase because acceptance is a great place to start your emotional healing from. If you don't yet know how to do EFT or maybe even what EFT is, after this episode, have a listen to episode number 20 where I teach and guide you through using EFT, or better still, join as a free member of my Fertile Mindset Sanctuary, which gives you everything you need to start using EFT for emotional support on your fertility journey. You can sign up at fertilemindset.com/sanctuary. My third tip is to practice something I call extreme de-stressing. Often when you feel like you're not coping, it's because you're overwhelmed. Life is busy in general, isn't it? Work, money, your relationship, family dramas, the news from all over the world, a never-ending to-do list, and that's before you add in all the fertility stuff. The expectation we and society have that we must have it all and can do it all quickly leads to stress levels escalating and overwhelm becoming an ever-present state. So what can you do? My tip is to start a regular, and by regular I mean daily, practice of de-stressing. Start by recognizing the things which are stressing you in day-to-day life, whether they are little or big, and apply EFT to each and every one of them. I recommend a routine of 5 minutes twice a day to check in and reduce your general stress levels with a little EFT tapping, and doing it straight after you've brushed your teeth twice a day makes it an easy new habit to remember and to stick to. And why does this work? Well, once you've reduced your overall stress load, you'll then discover you have the strength and capacity to cope with whatever else that happens to crop up in your life. And we all know how unpredictable a fertility journey can be, so it's wise to have a little strength in reserve, isn't it? So get on with recognizing each time stress rears its ugly head and then zap it with some EFT tapping. My fourth and final tip is to have faith. You may call it faith or hope or trust. Whatever you call it, this is one of the simplest ways to connect with your inner strength when you most need it. Depending on your own personal beliefs, you will find your own way to connect with faith, hope and trust that feels right for you and therefore can easily be brought to mind in times of need. Personally, I have beliefs that we can all grow and learn from everything that happens to us, and that things always turn out well in the end. So these beliefs for me evolved into natural affirmations which instantly appeared in my mind during my most challenging times on my fertility journey. The affirmations which kept me connected with hope and trust, and therefore my strength, were someday, somehow, I will be a mother. And if I saw a pregnant woman or a new mother with her baby, I would think, thank you for reminding me where I am heading. That will be me soon. You can borrow these for yourself and see how they work for you, or have a think about what else you could say, you could affirm to connect you back with your faith, your hope, and your trust. Finding strength can feel elusive at times. However, I hope with these tips you will find a way to reconnect with your own amazing resilience. I've mentioned EFT today, as I often do on the Fertile Mindset podcast, because it's the foundation of all the support I offer at Fertile Mindset, whether that's my one-to-one Fertile Mindset coaching support or through my fertility support membership, the Fertile Mindset Sanctuary. If you are already a member, do remember to log in and use your resources. And if you're not yet with us, do come and join us on the free level for now at fertilemindset.com/sanctuary. And we'll also be opening up the paid level of membership again in a few months. I hope you found today's 4 tips useful in rediscovering and reconnecting with your inner strength and resilience on your fertility journey. Borrow some strength from others. Give yourself some slack. Practice extreme de-stressing and connect with faith, hope and trust. I look forward to speaking with you again next week on the Fertile Mindset podcast. I'm so pleased you're listening to the Fertile Mindset podcast, and now I would love to invite you to join us in the Fertile Mindset Sanctuary. The Sanctuary is my fertility support membership, which is focused on taking care of you and helping you enjoy your life while you wait for your baby. In the Sanctuary, I'll guide you through using an amazing technique called EFT or tapping, and you'll soon be feeling less stressed and more joyful. If you're not already in the Sanctuary, do come and join us today, because the best time to start receiving support on your fertility journey is always right now. Honestly, it makes such a difference to have good quality emotional support and techniques that you can pick up and use yourself whenever you need them. Go to fertilemindset.com/sanctuary to join us today. I look forward to hopefully seeing you there and at the next episode of the Fertile Mindset podcast.